pretty much, and I actually go first to actually get people the time to think and stuff like that. But how important is music in a movie? And should it be as memorable as the movie itself? Also, what are some of your favorite pieces and scores from film and movies? So I will go first. Question. It depends. It's like a constant. In some cases, the music can actually enhance the film, and then in other cases, it can actually make it worse. And in worse terms, I think of like even though it's a bad movie already, but Batman versus Superman when Wonder Woman showed up. And the Wonder Woman thing played.
No,
makes you a fucking movie.
I disagree.
Oh, you mean the X-Men theme?
Yeah.
That is the X-Men theme, man.
What the fuck is this?
Nah, man,
One little
that
thing,
is
I found out
everything.
that's actually a cello that a lady is playing. That's actually a cello, not a guitar.
Yeah.
It's making
I actually showed the guys who actually performed the cello in the score, but it was kind of cool live.
No,
I mean,
it was cool when she was doing it, like, and it wasn't attached to a multi-dollar billion movie. Why y'all saying that? No, why did like I said, like the movie was already bad, but then when this shit like popped up in the goddamn movie, it's just like, holy shit! Y'all didn't give a shit about nothing in this goddamn movie.
I actually love this song.
When she's playing it right here, it makes a lot of like it is actually pretty nice. Talented. She's talented.
And I would take that bitch out to McDonald's.
Did you see the intensity from her too? Like it's pretty impressive.
Look at her
like
left hand. She would give like the most intense hand jobs ever.
Come on, now you imagine that shit. What the fuck?
I always thought that was like all computerized. I didn't think that was actual real instrument.
No, it is real. That's more impressive.
Yeah,
that shit. I was just like, no.
Dude, this is some music they played in like Soviet Russia when everybody was like suffering in the gulags and shit, and they were just trying to make the
Dang.
Now, this one that Adrian posted up, go ahead and play this.
Doesn't want to Space Odyssey.
I was
That was the
actually
one I already had.
Yeah, Time is a great score.
Inception's a great score. As much as everyone gives shit about it, it is a great score.
Score, like you feel like you're in a dream through the whole entire thing. You know, I think it really represents the film incredibly well.
Yeah.
And should have won best score that year.
No, but like to go off, like I said, I showed you like we had brought up a bad example with the whole Wonder Woman thing. But like what I said, music can sometimes enhance a movie. And like Ali said, that music created the whole atmosphere and the vibe. Like one of the best examples is like one of the last shots when Ellen Page is actually waking up from the dreams and she's like waking up from the different layers and you hear the dream is collapsing theme. And it's just like every time she opens her eyes, you hear like the dong, dong. Like it creates the the atmosphere, the tone, and that shit just works. It just fucking works. But yeah, go ahead, Julie.
Yeah, going right off what you say, you were literally taking words out of my mouth. That score is a perfect example of something that succeeds with a movie because you barely even notice it if you're not paying attention for it because it works so damn well with the movie. But I've been trying to think of ones that were like less musical because you think soundtrack, like you only think like just music to it. But just to give like an offshoot answer that no one would probably say, one that I'm really just fascinated with and I think it's amazing, it was probably an accident, is the original Blair Witch Project. That sound like that, to create an atmosphere like that, is so fucking difficult. It's so hard to like not cross that line of being just dumb doll sounds of going mama, like it walks that line. It makes it so fucking scary. The Babadook does a great job with that too. But to get more on what we're talking about with the music, the soundtrack to Crank 2 is the all-time greatest soundtrack and score to any movie ever. Like, that is what a movie should do. It takes the music and blends it with the sound effects and just, like, makes the whole movie hype. It doesn't always need to be hype because movies work differently, but, like, that movie, oh, my God. It's beautiful. It's perfect.
Can I throw my answer? Because some people actually are saying my answer in the chat, so I can bring it up. Because they're bringing up Tron Legacy, which I agree is, as much as the movie was not that good, the soundtrack to it is amazing. Daft Punk made an amazing electronic soundtrack to that movie that it works really well with the movie, with the themes of the movie, even though the movie wasn't that good. It kind of did bring the movie up a little bit in my book because the music was so good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
In terms of a bad example, I'm gonna have to go with Suicide Squad because
Oh yeah.
this is just a hodgepodge. This is like everything wrong with like pop movies nowadays, I guess, because like they just do random song after random song after random song in there, and it made no sense. Like the fact they're playing Eminem in the middle of when they're getting ready made no sense at all. It was just like
all those pop songs feel purposeless.
Yes,
they felt like they're there for no reason. That part where they do the Eminem song, the joke that they tried to do, where like everyone remember where she was like pulling her shirt down, like from getting dressed. They're playing that song, and then there's like a record scratch, you know, because she's topless or whatever, and then she pulls down her shirt, and then it's supposed to go back into that song for that joke to work, right? No, they play some fucking orchestra music.
It's bad.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Jenny, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, no, it's just because I'm somebody who listens to soundtracks. Like, I will find myself listening to movie soundtracks. Like, I will regularly listen to the Inception soundtrack, the Tron Legacy soundtrack. Mad Max soundtrack has been really, really good. That's on my rotation lately, too. That's been a really good one. More recently, too. Again, combining, like, the sound effects with the score, it just helps with the movie, and it's a great soundtrack to listen to just on my own. If you have a soundtrack that I can listen to by itself from the movie, you've made a really fucking good soundtrack.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Hopefully mine is
to go back to the Suicide Squad point, and it's kind of funny too because it was on me, Allie, and Nick, and we were just watching random trailers because we were talking about some of our favorite trailers, and we were saying like Suicide Squad. We looked at the Suicide Squad trailer for like the beginning marketing when the movie was first announced, then like compared to the older trailers where the tone is completely different, and we like going back on the music point. We looked at one trailer where the music actually literally changed 3 times in the fucking trailer. So,
yeah.
That's a good way to sum up the movie.
Seriously.
It's like that in the movie too. So
we should saw that coming.
Random. It's like they just shuffle like every 10 seconds.
No, that's what it seemed like. It seemed like somebody had jacked in their iPad or iPod to like the trailer and shit, and they just put that shit on shuffle.
That's exactly what they did. They plugged in all the songs that Warner Brother owned.
No, Rashad, I actually wanted to ask you, since this is your question, like, what do you think about this?
Pretty much with me, it's like I kind of toe a fine line with this because, like, I thought of this question because I watched a recent video somebody did talking about the music in Marvel movies and their soundtracks, and basically what their thing was saying was like, as good and as great as the movies are, their music for the most part isn't that memorable. Like, there's like a couple of tracks from the Marvel universe I can pull out and say are good, but I can still say like, yeah, I enjoyed all the movies. But when you look at other movies that like I kind of enjoy, like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings, those have great soundtracks, and like I use that to kind of like excel my enjoyment. And it's kind of like, okay, if I use that to excel my enjoyment, why do I compromise when it comes to the Marvel movies? It's kind of like just like a little give and take. It's like a fine line to toe, especially with music. And I still don't know where I stand on it because I've been thinking about this ever since I gave you that question.
I think
they're kind of forgettable, honestly.
Yeah, they really are.
I disagree, actually. I'm thinking, I mean, maybe it's just specific to certain heroes, but like I remember, honestly, Iron Man 2. Like, that has a bunch of pop songs in it, and they use them really, really well.
Yeah.
No, there was a few that did. Yeah, there was a few that did, like the Avengers theme and all.
Well, not even, I'm talking about, like, they were using straight-up pop songs, and they were using them well. Like, they used a couple AC/DC songs for Iron Man.
Daft Punk.
They used Daft Punk, yeah. Robot Rock was fucking awesome when they were fighting in his house. Then there were some other songs that they played, so I don't know. I think Marvel's doing way better than DC.
Yeah.
I don't know. Man of Steel had some pretty good.
I would say, if anything, that's the one thing that I remember walking away from the DC films is the music. It's certainly not the heroes, but I definitely remember the music.
But
if I can put my answer in on this one, the point of music is it's supposed to kind of like icing on a cake. It's not supposed to replace it. It's supposed to exemplify it. It's supposed to make it better. It's supposed to almost give you an idea of how you should feel. When there's a somber moment, you play some sort of somber music to add the emotion or take it away, depending on what kind of movie it is. And as far as to answer the actual question, in my opinion, the straight up best one is Pirates of the Caribbean.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
It's bombastic. It's amazing. It makes you feel like you're on an adventure. So when you see, Captain Jack Sparrow on the ship and is playing that amazing song, you're with it the whole way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, man.
I think that's certainly good. It's not the best though.
It's a damn good one though. It's
That's
why
pretty good, man.
I would say in the same breath, I would say that there's one movie that does purely its own music better, and that's the Bodyguard soundtrack.
I don't know what that is.
The movie The Bodyguard, the Whitney Houston movie from the 90s.
Oh.
The other movie
Okay.
the movie that actually uses other people's music really well is Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah. God, dude, I love
And
that
every
soundtrack.
time there isn't a bad. Yeah, Quentin Tarantino's great with that. But the movie I was going to say for the soundtrack enhancing it the best is Oh Brother, We're Out There. Like I have that soundtrack separate from the movie because it's really good music all over it.
Oh man, that one song where that one girl is like doing drugs and she's like just chilling, spinning in a circle, like "You'll be a woman soon." Like I love that shit, man.
Me too.
Yeah, man. Like I just wanted to go dance with her and do some coke too, and then fall down. But it was amazing.
It makes me love that song.
Yeah, man, that shit was beautiful, man. But hey, people, I was gonna what?
I didn't go.
I'm sorry.
She yelling at me, Daddy.
I'm the freaking score person. I love listening to score. I don't listen to regular music. I just listen to scores all the time.
No, actually, people, she literally listens to Hans Zimmer in the car with bass boosts and blasting going to work. Like, it's fucking ridiculous.
I do, actually. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, because that's what Hans Zimmer needs, more bass.